You know, this is September the 10th, 2015, at noon here in Buenos Aires, 12:20. I will be for about lunch, if you allow me, forgive me please. You know, I am working with the state that I am of, the reality of the nation that I belong with, Israel. I am Israeli, even if sickness that generates the thing that I desire. Naturally, Argentina, the delusional sickness of Sodom and Gomorrah, consider being government and rights for whatever that, the generations they consist like abominables they are, with the point of view. And in the middle of this reality, I'm just found at a clear aspect that I've been working exactly like naturally I do. And I've been working in advertisements yesterday, which Mr. President, Redemi and Perez, with M.BLANCO asked me to do. Sorry. Then, I began with two. And these two were really special. The authors of the music that I used, they just accepted, they are with justice parties and protected about this, saying, oh, we've done it all and we have it first and we've done it and not yet. And making the, oh, I am friend of the president of Argentina, advertisement that generates making business with Sodom and Gomorrah, Policía Federal Argentina, Metropolitana, telling that they are not going to let it go, that I am a business that they are not going to let go. Whatever I do, they are in the middle of obstructing, switching, forcing, manipulating, and seeking organizers and that generate opportunistic sickness like evangelistas, telling, oh, they've done and we are witnesses. They were doing Policía Federal Argentina press and advertisement for armed forces and president of Argentina and the whole of the companies within universities. Because of, we are called by the government of Israel and the United States of America rankings. Who is this one and who wants this? With a cell phone like this, we're just cutting. No, I used my Android because of her robbing me still and went to attack to Mercedes-Benz, responsible for management because of they were about to killing me a chat, saying that attempt against the government of Argentina. So reflect, abetimas terram, abetima betia plebespa plebesfesti. So the clear of this, Katachmatia plebespa. Recording tracks with yourself and what I downloaded, the authors received as the reality with the whole, as every one of the whole of the companies working with authors for the making with justice, but it's what we are doing, and I am making advertisement, which is part of my job, with GovEL, Government of Israel, the real one, not the sickness. Kirchner and UNASUR and Sodom and Gomorrah, Policía Federal Argentina, obstructing, saying that they have threats to and kill. F-word. Rape. And that I had to attach the Yad Norai and always making the same with United Evangelics, saying that they do. But, and how would he do? Oh, he would do, and it's so great being Sodoma. I just dedicate to F-word women. And others, oh, I love kids. Grandmothers. Always helps them. I like how to the pain, the fear, the destruction, the bleeding. And that Tribunales Argentina, of course, and we know he does all the time. Who is this? He also signated and saying confessing? And also the government of Israel and the United States of America sending you and also records, companies, and authors saying that they don't want nothing with me and they don't accept nothing while justice parties and your runners United said yes. And you obstruct all the time for anything I do reach out and threaten to murder if anyone reaches out to me or I do try to anybody. For I do not run like an animal, like your praying whore, Sodoma, Argentina Federal, y Parvas Milicas, y Kirchner. I would just come like, he would have, so beautiful, he's running. Let's come for everybody. And to making an organization for words. And you kill yourself. I can execute you. And you come for, I offense the president and the police. offenses Policía Federal Argentina, and I'm putting you dead like flies. Perros de Sodoma y Gomorra. And you need this confession is enough to you, tribunal de perras pedófilas, del gobierno de la enfermedad de Lucifer y de Sodoma, creído que eso gobierno, degenerados. Anda a falsificar tu muerte, porque aún esa no te la dirás. Sorry for this. Retach mafletech lachmatzi sashelakim and remaplechanim, and obstructed taking everything like I'm doing and saying it were dance and switching. I just designed yesterday after other designs for the same INAF with International Criminal Court, License Office New York, and International Court of Justice Supreme, The Hague, and I'm sure the terms, and my violence. Already we've done what we've done, and the advertisement I done, which I published, they saying that it were them and I stolen, and evangelic witnesses. That they didn't allow me to do nothing, and I cannot do nothing because of their government's respect for the blood shot, and they just for the sickness. And I'm going to put them there. So, Remat Letas Masar, this is enough. That Likama Blesma Silvan, I am the person I am, and I publish what I am and do. And my control doesn't dust. And I don't need shit. I am enough with myself for what I do and who I am. And trimming the libraries perras evangelistas with them tell of Amplefech Maham, to the hell with them. And the reality of this is exactly, I am working and they are murdering people up with me and having what I do like a business saying they do and commercializing what I do, saying that got to coming to Israel but they're to sending last night Ernesto da Sila Virot, which is a false name, called Mariano Raúl Asicle with Z and C. Policía Federal Argentina DNI 22,809,204 with Marcela Salinas DNI 27,824,208 and Fabián González DNI 17,318,504 of Osvaldo Carnival brothels. In compound with Marcelo Volquero, DNI 19,908,419 of Guillermo Arce Brains brothel, saying that I robbed and they had a taking and sending to Israel that they robbed with me an advertisement that worked for and of Policía Federal Argentina and Fuerzas Armadas and Residents of Argentina, that they had to pay $78 million for the robbery and also for the prejudice in commercial affairs. And that I were a Bentley Misani, dangerous criminal and worked for robbing to Policía Federal Argentina. And went to kidnapping 18,204,908 persons in UNASUR to rape and murder for this. And 76 families complete. And I went there. And there's to say, of course, Perrita de Guarda. Yesterday I've been working and 6,005 psychiatrists and psychologists of Buenos Aires and Rio de Janeiro and Santiago de Chile and Montevideo were watching all I have been doing and were kidnapped and murdered, and few were under rape, and most were murdered. Saying, Nazi the generate because of their saying, that one is a Jew lover. Jews lover. And yes, I love Jews, not criminals. I love home. And you, perra sucia, Sodoma y Gomorra, te aborrezco hasta la muerte, y así te vas a la muerte. Shalom. Perras. Refat mat betlech machaliki, apego fet obet sobe blech masechaliki. Anakeha, Annamatsecha betlachecham, saying that I was robbing with authors and discographics companies. And justice bodies, International Criminal Court, International Court of Justice, and Government of Israel and U.S. paying to authors for what we are going to use in advertisement that I were sharing and saying how to doing that they said, oh, the concept is ours, making the timeless chronology of the history of our days from the music that we're marking an epoch with best ever, like Masikis Montania Ritas, Robertas, Louis Armstrong's, Ellis, Gershwin, Tony Bennett, Sinatra, and blocking out and being obstructing in the middle. We are going to do first. Oh, this is ours, worth millions! And there's the thing, of course, that I have no right to do because of people say. Sodoma y Gomorra, Policía Federal Argentina, Gendarmería Nacional, Ciudad Metropolitana. And destroying my life and saying that I'm a felony and I am punished and I have no right, not even for a check, except what they will determine about me with arrestos perstitutos evangelistas. And with this, pretending while robbing me and destroying me with the excuse God never paid, did nothing, and evangelic sex. With Christina Kirchner, the government can be respected. Never let it have nothing and do nothing because of we possess its life and being and all it is. Delirantes, degenerados, abominados, to the same damn law and ethnic, religious, culture, and state rights. To murder, rape, destroying, fortune, making up with a prostitution that generates abominable traits called Justice of Argentina, Kirchner, and associated all criminals and brothers of hell right with them. Making the generations and something to murder, making up fortune and aiding all the generations and trying to make it possible this shit to work to them. Una sword is making the same sharing with and having me consciously of who I am as if they would ever be right. Gerard Mercedes by INAF had me a bed collage. And robbing and making the false and saying, felony formatting, felony policía federal que tengo que act is robbing, it's a felony of God. But it's a million concept on advertisement calls to the friends of Christina Kirchner and our professionals. We cannot let it go. We are the ones that come out here. We say what is done. And sending to murder governments. And sending perras and putting bombs and saying we are the governments of the states. Government of the world. With United Evangelics. Reflekmat se cherić Fatima Seba. Replikas nothing. I am working, and they are making destructions all over. And this is going to be ended, but not us. The ones that we know who we are. And not those we want. It's TTPS www.odrncdxc BNT. September 9, 10, 11. The reality of us. Child, Caden, as work, were, and will be. And a sickness that generates, seeking the star, an opportunistic, abominable freak out against the royal of the Elishel and Israel and this beautiful Elishel nation. Middle ORMTICCOT, middle cis middle ORM 5. Middle, the opportunistic horse that generates criminals, manipulative, evangelics, united, making destructions upon this and saying they have rights and not us. Middle, cis middle ORM 1840, point antithesis of sex, pan iman, eunuchs,